JBN, we keep you informed. Teenager killed by the police in Montego Bay. A teenager is dead following an alleged confrontation between gunmen and the police in Montego Bay, St. James. The confrontation occurred on Monday afternoon when 19-year-old Akeem Frey of Ogger Lane, Norwood, was shot dead by the police. According to information received about 3:20 p.m., members of the security forces were on patrol at Ogger Lane when they saw a group of men acting in a suspicious manner. On seeing the police approaching, the men ran, and the police gave chase. Frey, who was among them, was seen allegedly removing a firearm from his waistband. He and another man, who was also armed with a gun, reportedly opened fire at the police. The gunfire was returned when the shooting subsided. Frey was seen suffering from gunshot wounds and was taken to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where he was pronounced dead. A Smith & Wesson 9mm pistol with 7 9mm rounds were allegedly seized by the lawmen. The killing has prompted a probe by the Independent Commission of Investigations, INDECOM. Women charged for using infants to beg. 2 women are currently in police custody after they were slapped with various charges, including cruelty to a child, after they were caught using infants to beg for money. According to a report from the Corporate Communications Unit, the St. Anne police observed the accused last Friday in St. Anne's Bay begging money to feed 2 infants. They were questioned by the police, and it was discovered that they took the babies from their mothers and they traveled to St. Anne to beg money. The women were subsequently taken into custody and charged, and were brought before the St. Anne Parish Court on Tuesday. The incident is said to be a part of a scheme where parents rent out their children to be a part of a child begging ring. Both mothers were also served with summons to appear before the court on October 3. The infants, a girl and a boy, are currently in state care. The Child Protection and Family Services Agency, CPFSA, has also launched an investigation into the matter. According to Rochelle Dixon, CPFSA Public Relations and Communication Manager, while the agency has got numerous reports about children begging in the streets, it was the first time it heard they have been rented to carry out the act. She said adults are using creative ways to get money, because if people see children with them, people will give them something. We know the usual stoplight in Ochi, Marcus Garvey Drive, Halfway Tree, Waterloo Road, and Hope Road. They were doing it at 3 miles, but because of the roadworks, they migrated. The investigative officer spoke to the mothers, and one of them admitted to it, while the other said she had no idea that her child was in St. Anne. She said, Children's advocate Diane Gordon Harrison said she is outraged by incidents like these as they expose children to potential dangers. These children are out in the streets, which is a public space, where all types of things happen, such as they could be hit by a vehicle, kidnapped, or may come in contact with someone who may harm them, she said. If it is fear that is causing the parents to do these acts, they need to reach out, whether in confidence or otherwise, to the relevant authorities so that an intervention can be made on their behalf. This practice is inappropriate and indeed child exploitation, and they need to desist from this with immediate effect. Popular DJ arrested for spitting in female Tollbooth collector's face. A popular disc jockey was arrested and charged for assault after he reportedly spat in the face of a female toll collector at the Portmore Toll Plaza in St. Catherine. The disc jockey has been identified as Sadiki Kemar Powell, a 35-year-old resident of Bridgeport in St. Catherine. Reports are that 3 weeks ago, Powell drove up to the toll booth and an argument subsequently developed between him and a female toll collector. Reports are that Powell spat in the face of the woman and sped off. The matter was reported to the police and an investigation was launched. Powell was later apprehended and charged for common assault. He appeared in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Friday, September 20, and was fined $5,000 with an alternative of 10 days in prison, and was ordered to make an open apology to the victim in court. British couple convicted of drug smuggling blames Jamaican man. An elderly British couple convicted of drug trafficking in Portugal had claimed that they were duped into smuggling cocaine by a Jamaican man. A Portuguese court convicted pensioners Roger Clark and wife Susan on Thursday of drug trafficking after police apprehended them on a cruise ship with 9 kilograms of cocaine hidden in their suitcases. The court sentenced the pair, who were in their 70s, to 8 years in prison. Their lawyer, Susana Paisana, says she will consider appealing Thursday's verdict. Police arrested the couple last December in Lisbon, following contacts with Britain's National Crime Agency. Officers searched the couple's cabin after their cruise ship from the Caribbean to Europe docked in Lisbon. They said they found cocaine with a street value in Portugal of around €300,000 in 4 suitcases. The couple reportedly told the court that they had been duped into taking the suitcases by a Jamaican man. They claimed the Jamaican businessman named Lee had paid for their cruise. Cops now better equipped to deal with children, says Gordon Harrison. Following last weekend's Child Justice Guidelines training seminar in Hanover, the Office of a Children's Advocate believes that police personnel from across the county of Cornwall are now better equipped to treat the needs of the nation's children who find themselves in conflict with the law. The attendees, senior police officers from the Counter-Terrorism and Organized Crime Investigation Branch, the Community Safety and Security, along with other police personnel from Area 1 and Area 3, who were joined by Justices of the Peace, were labeled as first responders in ensuring the rights of children are protected. In explaining the stance taken, Children's Advocate Diane Gordon Harrison said if the rights of children are going to be protected, police personnel and Justices of the Peace need to understand and adopt the guidelines. This weekend's training seminar represents a significant milestone in a journey that has seen the Office of the Children's Advocate having meaningful and practical discussions with diverse stakeholders in the justice sector, said Gordon Harrison. In my own view, who is better to have dialogue with than our very own police officers and Justices of the Peace, because we need you as our strategic partners in this process, said Gordon Harrison. It is you who are the first responders at the police stations and in the communities that you serve as JPs. You, therefore, are our eyes, our ears, and many times the ones who have the opportunity to shape the view or the perspective of a child who must come in contact with what they called the system, added Gordon Harrison. In regard to the Justices of Peace, the Children's Advocate said when they visit children who are held in jail cells, it is important that they are aware of the various guidelines. You have a critical role to play in this particular dispensation because you sometimes do the visits of the cells and see children in difficult circumstances, so you need to be fully aware of the guidelines, noted Gordon Harrison. You, therefore, are the architects who will frame that child's long-lasting impression that can either be a very good thing or a very negative Babylon experience, noted Gordon Harrison. She described the Child Justice Guidelines as a resource handbook of measures that first responders should follow when dealing with children, noting that the book is easy to read and has been packaged and presented to guide the interaction of first responders with children taken into the custody of the police or those deemed to be in need of care and protection. Denham Town Primary to be renamed in honor of Edward Seaga. The Denham Town Primary School in Kingston, founded by late former Prime Minister Edward Seaga, is to be renamed in his honor. Minister of Local Government and Community Development, Desmond McKenzie, who is also the Member of Parliament for West Kingston, made the announcement on Wednesday at the launch of the Edward Seaga Scholarship Awards at the Spanish Court Hotel in New Kingston. McKenzie said that the move is a part of initiatives being undertaken by residents of West Kingston to pay tribute to the man who served as their Member of Parliament for 43 years. We'll also be erecting a monument in Mr. Seaga's honor in front of the Tivoli High School, which he founded and built on 15 acres of land, which was a part of the Maypen Cemetery. We're going to be erecting that monument as a lasting memory to Edward Seaga, he said. McKenzie noted further that St. Aloysius Primary will be assisted in erecting 2 classrooms to be used as Spanish and music classes in Seaga's honor. We're going to be having a memorial church service at the City Mission Church in a couple of weeks' time as our way of remembering our Member of Parliament, he added. McKenzie said that since Seaga's passing, the constituency had been grappling with how to honor his memory. Edward Seaga was no ordinary man. He was a caring, loving, honest, and decent man, someone whom we considered to be the best thing that happened to many of us in West Kingston, McKenzie said, noting that he was the first MP to introduce a program that supported students' back-to-school preparations. The launch of the scholarship awards saw the presentation of 7 scholarships to 4 university and 3 high school students. A number of grants were also awarded to other students. Seaga was the country's 5th Prime Minister, serving from November 1980 to February 1989. Passed away on May 28 on his 89th birthday. He represented the constituency of West Kingston from 1962 until his retirement from active politics in 2005. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.